Welcome to the land of elegance and history, Austria. Nestled in the heart of Europe, this modern yet historically rich country is home to stunning architecture, world-renowned cities like Vienna, and an unmistakable charm. Some might even mix it up with Australia, but make no mistake, Austria stands out for its culture, beauty, and the captivating allure of its people. Are you confused between Austria and Australia? Comment number 1 if you are, or comment number 2 if you're not. Looking at the country on a map, you'll immediately notice that Austria has no coastline. While the country is landlocked, it shares borders with several other countries, making it a gateway to Central Europe. To the north, Austria borders the Czech Republic, while Slovakia and Hungary lie to the east. South of Austria are Slovenia and Italy, with Switzerland, Liechtenstein, and Germany to the west. This prime location allows Austrians to enjoy quick weekend getaways to these neighboring nations thanks to the ease of travel within the Schengen area. Vienna, Austria's vibrant capital, is a city divided by the Danube River. The bustling life and central activities are primarily located on the western side of the river, home to the major international airport and a wealth of tourist attractions. This area pulsates with cultural, historical, and social activities, making it the heart of Vienna's allure. From majestic palaces to bustling markets, the western side encapsulates the essence of Vienna's rich heritage and modern vibrancy. The city is home to about 2 million people, a significant portion of Austria's total population of 9 million. Austria spans 84,000 square kilometers and boasts well-known cities like Graz and Salzburg. Despite having a limited number of cities, Austria makes efficient use of its land, with 62% covered by the Alps. This balance between urban development and natural beauty adds to the country's appeal. Football enthusiasts will recognize teams such as Austria Wien, Rapid Wien, Sturm Graz, and Salzburg, which represent their respective cities in Austria's lively football scene. In 2024, Vienna was ranked the most livable city in the world by various research firms. Even if it doesn't hold the top spot every year, Vienna consistently ranks among the top 5 globally. In 2018, it was also chosen as the best and most livable city in the world, often competing with Zurich for this honor. Austrians and those who relocate to Austria for a better life are indeed fortunate, as Vienna and Zurich both make Europe proud with their livability. Austria's history is deeply rooted, with the name Austria first appearing in 996, derived from the German word Austro. The Germans actually named their country Österreich, which translates to Austria in English and means Eastern Country. The Latinized version of the name became more widespread over time. Austria's prominence grew with the rise of the Austrian Habsburg dynasty, one of the greatest states of the 15th century, which engaged in decades-long struggles with the Ottoman Empire. The Austrian Empire and later the Austro-Hungarian Empire continued to wield significant influence over world history until the end of World War I, which marked the end of the Age of Empires. Today, Austria is a prosperous country with a high per capita income, ranking 14th on Forbes' list of the richest countries in 2024, with an annual income per capita of about $59,000. Austria is also a powerhouse in production and branding, with global brands like Red Bull, Spar supermarkets, and Swarovski jewelry calling Austria home. Visitors to Austria, especially Vienna, should note that major supermarkets are closed on Saturdays and Sundays, so it's wise to plan grocery shopping in advance. German is the official language in Austria, with Bavarian German widely spoken. Minority languages like Slovenian and Hungarian are also prevalent, with Turks, Serbs, and Bosniaks making up a small percentage of the population. As you walk through the cities, you'll notice that most signs are in German, reflecting the widespread use of the language. Austrians have always been protectors of the Church and Christianity throughout their history, with 55% of the population identifying as Christian and Catholic. Another 5% are Protestant, while 25% are non-religious. Muslims make up about 8% of the population, with other minorities including Jews and adherents of other religions. Vienna greets you with a calm and orderly atmosphere. As you look around, you'll see people cycling to their destinations, cars driving through the city's clean streets without honking, and pedestrians walking peacefully. Vienna is a city where litter is almost non-existent, thanks to residents who responsibly dispose of their trash in green bins, separating glass bottles, paper, and plastic waste accordingly. The city boasts a plethora of architecturally valuable buildings, each showcasing a unique blend of historical and aesthetic significance. Most structures are meticulously constructed in pristine white and elegant shades, reflecting a timeless charm. These centuries-old edifices stand almost as perfectly as if they were crafted only yesterday, their grandeur undiminished by the passage of time. As you stroll through the enchanting streets of Vienna, you'll encounter buildings at every turn that beg to be captured in photographs, each one a testament to the city's rich architectural heritage. On Ring Street in the bustling city center, you'll find the Austrian Parliament building, widely regarded as one of the most beautiful parliament buildings in the world in terms of its splendid architecture. The building was meticulously constructed by a renowned Danish architect between 1873 and 1883, a project that spanned an entire decade. Although the Parliament building suffered extensive damage during World War II, the resilient Austrians painstakingly restored it without deviating from the original design, triumphantly reopening it to the public in 1956. If you wish, you can take photos in front of the building or even tour the interior. Right next to it, you'll find another magnificent structure, the Vienna City Hall. The Austrian flag, with its red and white horizontal stripes, proudly waves atop such important buildings. Some say this is the oldest flag still in use today, with its origins dating back to the 12th century. According to legend, the flag's red color represents the blood-soaked coat of the Austrian duke during a siege, with the white part symbolizing the untouched section in the middle. If you get tired while enjoying the architecture in the ring area of Vienna, you can take a break in one of the festival areas set up in city corners, where you can have a drink or a snack. Observing the atmosphere among festival workers and attendees, you'll notice that people don't seem stressed or anxious. Both workers and visitors enjoy a sense of calm brought by tranquility. While sitting and observing the surroundings, you might suddenly see horse-drawn carriages or fiacres appearing in the traffic. These carriage rides are particularly famous in Vienna. The drivers pick up customers at the city's most touristic spots and take them on a tour of the city on horseback, providing verbal descriptions of the places they visit. These carriage tours are not a modern invention. The tradition of horse-drawn carriages in Central European cities like Prague and Vienna dates back to the 17th century. This form of transportation has become a cultural symbol, although it places a burden on the horses that bear the brunt of this tradition. Vienna's roads are designed to be highly functional, with separate paths for bicycles and pedestrians on almost all main streets. If you walk on the bike and electric scooter lanes, you might get hit by cyclists who zoom past, endangering both parties. The residents of Vienna take pride in their city's cleanliness to the extent that they discourage even the disposal of cigarette butts on the ground. Orange and gray plastic containers specifically for cigarette butts are a common sight by the bike lanes. Safety in Vienna is at a very high level, with police patrols at many key locations. These patrols do not interfere with people unless there is an abnormal situation, allowing residents and visitors to walk around safely. Some patrols move around in cars, while others ensure security in groups on street corners. Vienna also offers an array of automated services conveniently located in public spaces. One such service is weight-measuring devices, where people can effortlessly step on near bus stops to receive up-to-date information about their body weight. Another vital service is the free drinking water stations, ingeniously cooled by solar energy. You can fill your bottles with ice-cold water at these stations, enjoying the convenience as if you were purchasing it from a store. Interestingly, the taste of this water is often superior to that of bottled water sold in stores, providing an unexpected delight for the taste buds. Considering that Vienna uses the euro and ranks as one of the most expensive cities in Europe, taking advantage of these free cold water stations instead of buying water can result in significant savings. Especially on weekends when most supermarkets are closed, you might find yourself overpaying if you resort to purchasing water from kiosks run by Turks and South Asians in metro stations. These kiosks typically sell half-liter bottles for around €1.50, which can add up quickly. Therefore, if you get thirsty while exploring the city, it's wise to seek out these free cold water stations in tourist-heavy areas to quench your thirst without incurring extra costs. Additionally, people with dogs frequently use these stations to hydrate and cool their pets, ensuring everyone's comfort during their adventures in Vienna. Another feature found in Vienna, commonly seen in Arab countries, is public water spray cooling points. Despite Vienna's much milder climate compared to Arabia, these cooling points are available for public use. If you're feeling overheated, you can stand under these water sprays to cool off, making it a great service for hot summer days. Vienna's transportation system works smoothly and systematically. If you want to get from the airport to the center of Vienna and back, the Austrian government provides two important services. The first is the City Airport Train, or CAT, a luxurious and fast train system that takes you from the airport to the city in 16 minutes. Of course, this is a bit expensive, with tickets costing €15 per person. The second option is the ES7, a more affordable train system that travels around the city. Some of the metro and rail systems in Vienna can be old, and you might have to force open the subway doors yourself on older trains. While you need to buy a ticket at the entrance to the metro and rail systems, there is no turnstile system in Austria, unlike in the Czech Republic, so some people may use these rail systems illegally. These rail systems, known as the U-Bahn, are easily recognizable by the blue-colored U signs at metro points. For shorter distances, trams are a convenient solution, with a tram system available on almost every street in the city. However, single rides on the metro and trams can be expensive, costing around €3 per ride. To save on transportation, consider buying weekly transportation cards. Taxis are also available in Vienna, but if you're coming from a country with a weaker currency than the euro, it's best to avoid taxis, as they can charge up to €50 for distances under 20 kilometers. If you want to grab a bite to eat on the move in Vienna, you'll find that the city's food scene is dominated by the Turkish community, with about 500,000 Turks living in Vienna. Almost all Turkish immigrants there have a monopoly on restaurants and snack shops, primarily selling doner kebabs. These mobile kiosks cater to the tastes of Germans and Austrians, and you'll see doner shops everywhere in Vienna. These establishments are also the most popular among tourists. Austria's culinary culture is a delightful blend of tradition and innovation, offering a rich tapestry of flavors that reflect the country's diverse cultural influences. Whether you're dining in a quaint mountain village or a high-end restaurant in Vienna, Austrian cuisine invites you to experience the heart and soul of the nation through its food. The culinary traditions of Austria are deeply rooted in the country's history, with a cuisine that has evolved through centuries of cultural exchange with neighboring countries like Germany, Hungary, and Italy. One of the most iconic dishes that encapsulates Austria's culinary essence is the Wiener Schnitzel. This breaded and fried veal cutlet is a staple in Austrian households and restaurants alike, served with a side of potato salad or lingonberry jam. The crispy, golden exterior of the schnitzel, combined with the tender, flavorful meat inside, makes it a dish that appeals to both locals and visitors. While the traditional version uses veal, you'll also find variations made with pork or chicken, catering to different tastes and preferences. Another must-try is Tafelspitz, often considered the national dish of Austria. This hearty meal features boiled beef served with a variety of accompaniments, including horseradish applesauce and chive cream. The beef is slow-cooked to perfection, resulting in a tender and flavorful dish that's as comforting as it is satisfying. Tafelspitz has its origins in the imperial court of the Habsburgs, where it was a favorite of Emperor Franz Joseph I. Today, it continues to be a beloved dish that reflects Austria's rich culinary heritage. For those with a sweet tooth, Austria offers a range of delectable desserts that are sure to delight. The Sachertorte, a decadent chocolate cake with a layer of apricot jam and a smooth chocolate glaze, is perhaps the most famous Austrian dessert. Created in 1832 by Franz Sacher, this dessert has become a symbol of Vienna's coffeehouse culture. The cake is traditionally served with a dollop of whipped cream, perfectly balancing the richness of the chocolate. The Apfelstrudel, or apple strudel, is another classic dessert that showcases the finesse of Austrian pastry making. This flaky pastry filled with spiced apples, raisins, and breadcrumbs is often served warm with vanilla sauce or ice cream. The layers of crisp, buttery pastry combined with the sweet and tangy apple filling make for a dessert that's both comforting and indulgent. Austria is also renowned for its wine, with the country producing some of the finest white wines in the world. The Wachau Valley, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is particularly famous for its Gruner Veltliner and Riesling wines. These wines are celebrated for their crisp acidity, vibrant fruit flavors, and ability to age gracefully. A visit to one of the many vineyards in this region offers a unique opportunity to taste these exceptional wines while enjoying breathtaking views of the Danube River. For a more intimate experience, consider booking a private wine tasting tour. Many vineyards offer personalized tours where you can learn about the winemaking process, explore the cellars, and taste a selection of their best wines. These premium experiences often include pairing the wines with local delicacies, allowing you to fully appreciate the harmonious relationship between Austrian food and wine. Beyond the well-known dishes, Austria's culinary landscape is dotted with regional specialties that offer a deeper insight into the country's diverse gastronomic heritage. In the region of Styria, also known as the Green Heart of Austria, pumpkin seed oil or Kürbiskernöl is a prized ingredient. This dark, nutty oil is used to enhance salads, soups, and even desserts. A drizzle of pumpkin seed oil on a simple dish transforms it into a gourmet experience, highlighting the rich agricultural traditions of the region. In the Alpine regions, Käsekraner, a cheese-filled sausage, is a popular street food that provides a hearty snack for those exploring the mountains. The juicy sausage, with its gooey cheese center, is typically served with a side of mustard and freshly baked bread. It's a perfect example of how Austrian cuisine combines simple ingredients to create something truly satisfying. While Vienna, Salzburg, and Innsbruck are well-known tourist destinations, Austria is home to a wealth of hidden gems that offer a more intimate and unique travel experience. These lesser-known destinations provide a glimpse into Austria's untouched natural beauty and rich cultural heritage, perfect for travelers seeking tranquility and exclusivity. Another must-see attraction in Vienna is the Habsburg Palace. This expansive palace was historically used as a winter residence by the Habsburg dynasty and is now a place where visitors can explore items belonging to the kings and queens of that period. For example, French Queen Marie, known for her famous quote, "If there is no bread, let them eat cake," is said to have spoken these words in this palace. The palace, still standing today, boasts a history of more than 600 years and is also known as the Royal Palace of Vienna. When the palaces and roads in Vienna are so beautiful, it's not surprising that the cars are equally impressive. Car drivers in Vienna obey traffic rules, and the vehicles they drive are mostly from big German brands. It's rare to see a car model older than 2020 in Vienna, as every vehicle in traffic is a dazzlingly beautiful, luxurious premium model. In a country where the annual national income per capita is said to be $60,000, it's no surprise that people receive an average monthly salary of 4,000 to 5,000 euros. New Toyota cars are sold in Vienna for between 20,000 and 30,000 euros, while new models from German giants like Mercedes and BMW range from 30,000 to 60,000 euros. While these prices might seem high for new cars, second-hand models can be found for half the price, although Austrians likely prefer to buy new. Stephansplatz, the heart of Vienna, is where the city truly comes alive. Accessible directly by subway, this square is home to every famous brand you can think of, and the renowned St. Stephan's Cathedral. No matter your beliefs, this cathedral's architecture is mesmerizing at first sight. Built over 900 years ago, it stands in all its majesty, attracting a huge crowd of people from almost every nationality, eager to take photos and be photographed. Stephansplatz is large enough to host thousands of people at once, and it's here that you can observe the general physical appearance of Austrians. First of all, Austrians are not very tall. The average Austrian man is about 180 centimeters tall, while women are shorter, averaging 166 centimeters. Both men and women typically have blue or green eyes and petite facial features. Austrians generally have white or auburn skin and naturally blonde hair, giving them a resemblance to Germans and, to some extent, Swedes in terms of facial genetics. Older Austrians have an air of seriousness, while younger people between the ages of 18 and 25 are more inclined to smile. If you point a camera at young people, they are never shy. They smile and pose at the same time. This suggests that young people in Austria not only look good, but also feel happy, both physically and mentally. It must be said that people in Vienna look very wealthy, but there is a general lack of spirit in the city. If you visit Prague in the Czech Republic, just 4 hours to the north, you'll feel a warmer atmosphere of life. In contrast, Vienna feels more elite, with an air of competition among its residents as if everyone is at the top and no one cares about each other. These are just my observations, and the situation could be much more nuanced. In Vienna, you'll see a lot of tattoos and piercings on people from all walks of life, from garbage men to everyday citizens. This reflects the city's diversity and liberal attitude towards personal expression. Even if you are overweight, no one in Vienna judges you or looks at you with disapproving eyes. The country is also liberalized regarding weed and cannabis products, with the sale of products containing certain amounts of narcotics permitted in Vienna and Austria. It's interesting to note that beggars in Austria look healthier, younger, and better groomed than those in other countries. For example, one person looked as if she was begging for pleasure, rather than out of necessity. Another young boy was trying to earn money by making music. Others, such as a man who had lost his limbs, seemed to have no alternative to begging. However, don't let these images fool you. Homeless people and beggars are rare in Vienna, where the vast majority of residents enjoy a high quality of life. Despite the vibrant atmosphere in the center of Vienna, I found one thing lacking. There were no activities other than shopping that would allow people to spend time. Unlike other European cities, Vienna's squares were devoid of street dancers, musicians, painters, and other performers who typically liven up public spaces. People seem to do nothing but walk in and out of shops and cafes, contributing to the city's somewhat dull atmosphere compared to other European capitals. That said, Vienna is filled with pretty young, blue-eyed girls and charismatic, well-to-do men. One thing is certain, the country is incredibly safe, with perhaps not even a 1% chance of anything bad happening to you without reason. While I didn't see any stray dogs in the city, those with aggressive dogs have placed protectors on their muzzles, so even if the dogs become aggressive, they will not bite you. If you get bored of visiting museums or walking through large shopping squares, Vienna offers another alternative, the Danube River. Austria has equipped the river in Vienna with beautiful boats and areas where people can spend time with their families. Those tired of the city center can sit on the benches by the Danube, eat ice cream, and chat with their families, allowing for a quiet escape from the hustle and bustle. If you're considering living in Vienna, it's essential to understand the cost of living. Apartments in Vienna are typically small, with the average one-bedroom apartment around 45 square meters and rents around 1,500 euros per month. A two-bedroom apartment over 60 square meters will comfortably cost over 2,000 euros per month. In other words, to support yourself in Austria, even if you rent a one-bedroom apartment, you'll need a net income of 3,000 euros per month. A family of 4 can live an average quality life in Vienna with a net income of over 5,000 euros. If you're visiting Austria for a short time, you should definitely try their famous dish, the Austrian schnitzel. Some restaurants make it with chicken, serving it with sliced lemon and potato salad, while others use beef and serve it similarly. Austria also has a higher tolerance for alcohol than other European countries. That's all we have to say about Austria and Vienna for now. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more such videos. Goodbye.